Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Your talent can be your bait. This is very important. This is very important because once again, shout out Master Teacher BGS for the 4 pillars of game: environment, bait, conversation, and sex. You know, I wanted to say sex more than anything else, but anyway. Your bait, your talent can be your bait. Like so many people are, so many men especially in these spaces, are caught up into looks. And I'm gonna get into looks in the next one. But here's the thing. Your talent can be your bait. And that's just old game right there. That's why you have a lot of guys. You know what? Nah, they ain't looking like a fashion model. They ain't the star jock. But they got a garage band. they got into DJing. They got, you know, got into the party, something. They did something talent-wise. Because women are drawn to that. And you got artists and everything. In fact, creative people like that. There are a lot of players, or at least a lot of men successful. Well, no, I'm gonna say players, not just any man could get a woman, seriously. Whether you want that woman or not is something else, but many creative artist types also draw the women. And it's not so much about how they look. It's about their talent. Like I remember I was signing books back in the day, and this guy who, he didn't look like he practiced body game. So I'll put it like that. He had some weight on him, but he was a singer. And he was just telling me how he was getting women that way. In fact, he had women walking by him as we were talking while I was doing the signing, and they were checking him out. And I don't know what they picked up on his energy or something, but that was his talent. And you know, I actually really saw this like back in the late 90s. I used to go to poetry events all the time. Every Saturday night I go to a poetry event, and even did a poem one time, but I'm not a poet. I'm not a poet. You know, I can't talk about queen, you're the center of the universe and everything. Somebody be snapping their fingers. Nah, that's not me. But you had guys in there who might have been quite ordinary looking to everybody else. And I know one guy, he was able to get a very, very attractive woman and a child. I don't know where he stands now, but he was short stature. He was 5'2". But he was that poet. Like poets, they you know what? Poets, shit. That's one thing I see with poets. Most of them can spit that game. Most poets. I saw this one guy. He was a poet. I knew when I met him, it was at an event, and I was selling some books it was at a relationship event. He put this woman on the stage, put her on the chair. They had her sitting down, and it was almost like what a male exotic dancer would do, except he was spitting poetry. And I saw him, I said, dude, come here, check out my book. I had my book, Sexual Chemistry, and I said, hold up, read this passage. As soon as he read, he said, man, I gotta get this book. Because I said, that's a play. He had a mouthpiece, poets. But seriously, they do, that's the talent. See, and I've called it a term I've used before for it is stargate. Now, some people will say it's status and everything, but no, it's not really status. You get some musicians, you get some artists, writers, everything. They don't have a lot of status, but they have that talent. And see what it is, women are attracted not just to himself, but to the talent. Like women who are attracted to singers, they are attracted to that talent. It makes them feel good. The women who are poet groupies, going to these poetry slams, hooking up, it makes them feel good. There's something about his talent that makes them feel good. See, understand something with women. They want to feel. They're affected emotionally. You know, they're affected emotionally. That's why, like with singers, you get somebody like Barry White talking about, sure you're right. May I have the pleasure of undressing you. I can't even try to imitate his voice, but shoot, singers, Or comedians. I never forget, I saw that, I don't know if I can find that video again. In fact, I'm gonna try to find that video where, and put it in the description box of that comedian under a lie detector test said he had a body count of 150 or something like that. It was way up there, but he was short-statured and overweight. And some guys will say, well, it was just a status. No, it's never just a status. He was making the women laugh. Women will say that. Women will say, yeah, he had me laughing so much that the panties came off. Because it make them feel good. It arouses them. See, if you use that talent, see, your talent is bait because whatever the talent is, it makes them feel good. Like, yeah, I'll use myself for an example. Even though I do all these videos, my main thing is a writer. That's my main talent. My main talent, that's what I put on my tax forms. I'm a writer. I've had many a woman who's read my stuff and they were like, yeah, daddy, yeah. They like to read. So your talent itself can be a bait. Now, if you have a talent, I want you to magnify it. In fact, I had a consultation client. This was a long time ago, way before I got on YouTube. And dude was good with music. I think it was a trombone. I said, and he was having trouble with women. I said, oh, you play the trombone? He's like, yeah. Why don't you just practice that and then head to like some open mic events or something? And he said, okay. He did that. He said he met a nice young lady at one, got into a relationship with. I don't know what he's doing now. But she was turned on by that sound. See, let me address that whole status thing. People think it's just a status. No, you're not thinking right. It's whatever their talent does make them feel good, like an artist. You know, a woman might meet an artist or something, but she's turned on partially by the art as well. You know, it makes her feel good. See, a main thing with women is feeling good. If you have a talent that can make women feel good, it can go a long way. And it can get past whatever things you think you don't have. Like if you don't feel like you looking like that handsome, big, tall, handsome stud or everything, that's okay. Talent is an equalizer. Talent is a great equalizer because of the emotional part of women. Yeah, and I said last week, yeah, they can be pragmatic, but those emotions are still there. Those emotions are still there. If you can make them feel good, boom. You know, some people talk about mouthpiece. A mouthpiece, that conversation can make them feel good. So if you have that talent, that poetry, you can put those words in such a way, make them feel good. Seriously, I say, dog, 90% of poets that I would meet, they were at least good for a girlfriend, a solid girlfriend, attractive girlfriend. That one poet I mentioned who was like 5'2", man, his girl was bad. I was like, man. I know some people don't like using the term 7 for a woman, but I put it in that range. And she was natural too. So I was like, okay. No telling what she looked like. She enhanced her stuff, adjust her stuff. So your talent itself. So whatever talent that you have, start developing it. And then find a place to showcase that talent. If there's women there, you know what? I'm going to use the word guarantee. There's going to be some woman there that likes it. If there's women at wherever you present your talent, there's going to be some woman who's going to give you extra. Like I said, as a writer, I've gotten play from women who read my stuff. And they were like calling me up afterwards, some baddies too. They read the stuff because they like to read. They were into the story, everything. I got 2 sons based on that, okay? I got 2 sons based on it. You know, that and a fat ass. But hey, based on that, you know, I had the writing skills, she had the fat ass. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. But for all y'all who got some type of talent, something like that, first of all, you've been blessed. Use it. And you know, if on my money channel, I would tell you, hey, make some money with it. But on here, use that talent as part of your bait. All right. So that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.